All right, who's ready to test out damp styling? Hey guys, I'm back with another video, and today we are testing out damp styling. This is something that has been requested that I try. It's a different kind of styling technique. It's actually kind of similar to my wash now, style later video, wherein you are not applying products on soaking wet hair. And that video was so much fun to do. And wash now, style later was such a fun application technique to test out. If you haven't seen it, a brief summary is that you wash and condition your hair at night, let it completely air dry product free, then wake up in the morning and re-wet your hair, apply stylers, and diffuse in the morning. It splits up wash day, and for some people that is just more convenient, and it was kind of fun because for me, my hair went from almost completely straight to pretty darn curly. It was a fun video to do. I had a lot of comments though of people saying you should totally test out damp styling because this seems very similar. So the difference in damp styling is that you wash, condition your hair, and then you take a lot of the water out of your hair via plopping or using a towel to gently scrunch some of the water out of your hair. Then you apply your stylers. I have done this before on my channel a long time ago where I showed my short and sweet wash day routine where I use a mousse or foam as my only styler, and I apply that with an open palm scrunch. That wash day would give me big juicy clumps while also decreasing dry time. However, today is going to be a study in how taking water out of your hair does affect curl clump size. Also, this video is a lot of fun because I'm going to include it in my Courtney Does Simple CG series because I only used 2 products. Yes, count them, 2 products. And they're products that I really, really love. You know what? Let me go ahead and grab them and talk to you about them, and then I'll show you how I use them. The first product that I used today was the Inasi Co-Wash. This co-wash is so interesting. First off, the scent is Tropical Escape, and in the dead of winter, it's kind of nice to smell a Tropical Escape. It's a little bit coconutty, but it's fairly sweet, and I do enjoy the scent. The cool thing about this co-wash is that while it is very moisturizing, it also contains a very gentle surfactant in cocamida propyl butane. I hope I said that right. It also contains hydrolyzed oats, which when I contacted Inasi, they said that that is a good protein. So moisturizing ingredients, has some protein in it, and it almost foams up because of that gentle surfactant. So I find, as far as a co-wash goes, this co-wash works wonderfully on my fine wavy hair that needs a little bit more cleansing power than just your standard kind of co-wash can provide. And I didn't even use a leave-in today because my hair felt very nicely hydrated after using the co-wash. And then I went in with the Inasi custard. This custard is very, very thick. And you will see that when I take you into my bathroom and wash my hair. But this product is also very interesting to me because it contains that hydrolyzed oats, but it also contains avocado oil and coconut oil and vitamin B, which is a good humectant type of ingredient. It's not as strong as glycerin, so you don't have to worry about using it in non-ideal dew points, but this is such a moisturizing product that it kind of behaves like a leave-in. I find that it is a very effective one-and-done styler. It does not have crazy amounts of hold for me. Not many things do. My hair requires copious amounts of hold, but I do find that it gives me enough hold that I am satisfied. All right, are y'all ready to see these products in action? let's get into it. Hey there guys, welcome back to my bathtub. So we're just going to be jumping right into getting my hair thoroughly saturated with water. I have been asked several times, and I'll just go ahead and mention it again right here. I do wash my hair upside down every single time I wash my hair. I find that it really does help give my fine, barely wavy hair some semblance of volume. Hashtag goals. All right, going in with the Inasi co-wash. And if you've watched my co-washing video, you know that more co-wash is more better. Using enough co-wash is essential to getting a good clean with your hair. So more co-wash is more better. Also, you'll notice that I grabbed just a little bit more and I'm applying it directly to the center of my hair where it is its thickest. I find that this also helps the product be distributed evenly. And yes, I do scrub my scalp with the pads of my fingers for 5 minutes. I know that seems like a lot, but it really isn't that bad. Also, I make sure to add just a little bit more water to my scalp. Making sure that you have enough water and co-wash is key to a good clean while co-washing. Grabbing just a little bit more product. I don't know about y'all, but I find that when I am using a low poo or a co-wash, when my hair is very, very dirty, it's almost like it soaks up the product. So I'm adding just a little bit more water and continuing to scrub, but I feel like the reason that my hair almost soaks up the product when it's really dirty is that the product is binding to the gunk that's on my scalp and kind of like soaking it up. I don't know. It's a weird feeling. And if you've ever double cleansed, you'll know that the second time you wash your hair, your shampoo foams up so much more. Anyway, I'm having to add more and more co-wash to my hair because it feels like my hair is continually soaking it up and it's not doing the foaming that I know that this co-wash normally does. There you can see that it's actually starting to foam up just a little bit, not much. But my hair was exceptionally greasy this day, and I'm just continuing to scrub away and make sure that my scalp is thoroughly clean. Also, I do find that when I co-wash, it's like I give myself a good scalp massage. I actually scrub my scalp enough to have some benefits of like if I gave myself a really good scalp massage. All right, now I'm just thoroughly rinsing out that co-wash. Another important step in co-washing is to make sure you rinse that dirty conditioner or that dirty co-wash out of your hair very, very thoroughly. So I'm still scrubbing my scalp some as I rinse my hair to make sure that all of that conditioner is gone. And something I forgot to do when the co-wash was in my hair was to brush it with my Perfect Hair Care brush. I like this brush. The bristles are really flimsy. It's kind of like a wet brush. It never hurts, snags, damages my hair. I probably should have done that when I had conditioner in my hair, but you could see that my hair was really hydrated and tangle free. I just used the brush to smooth everything down. Okay, take note of the curl clump size there. Y'all can kind of see the size of the curl clumps. This will be important later on. All right, so now I'm just kind of not doing a squish to condish because there's nothing in my hair, but I'm kind of beginning the scrunching process to begin to shape and form my curls. Just kind of trying to organize everything here, scrunching to make sure that I'm enhanced as best as I can do. All right, you see the curl clumps are way smaller there. And there I am. I plopped my hair for about 10 minutes. This is the essence of damp styling. You take some of the water out of your hair. Plopping your hair will remove a good amount of water, not all of it. I did plop my hair with the Perfect Hair Care towel, and now I'm going in with a pea-sized amount of that custard. There I'm showing just how thick it is, and I am wetting my hand and beginning to really take my time emulsifying this product in my hands. This product is really thick, and I find that it works better when you add just a little bit of water to your hands and really warm it up. It's not like I'm adding water to my hair, making my hair damp because I wet my hand
I'm not counteracting the damp styling because of that. I'm really just making the custard smooth enough to apply to my hair. Grabbing another pea, really emulsifying that in my hands. You can see that it does kind of take a minute. It's not that bad though. This product is just so cool. I do enjoy it quite a bit. Now I'm continuing to scrunch this into my hair. I am using regular scrunching methods and like not an open palm scrunch like I do in my short and sweet wash day video. And making sure to apply this evenly all over my hair. Apply it in the front, apply it on the sides, apply it in the back, grabbing another small pea-sized amount. And I am grabbing the same amount of product that I grabbed when I did review the entire Anasi line in my one brand wash day using Anasi. I used 4 small pea-sized amounts of this custard and really love these results. So I'm making sure to use the same amount of product theoretically so that I can have the same awesome result. I realized later though that my hair is a bit longer, and because of that, there's like more hair. So I may have needed some more product than I grabbed, but that's okay. This is my 4th and final pea of product, just making sure to do the exact same steps that I've done every single time. Really smooth it into my hands, emulsify it, warm it up. I rub my hands together until it is smooth and really creamy, and then I go ahead and apply it to my hair via scrunching. In this application method, there was no squish or squelchy noise, and I think that kind of affected product distribution. I'm not 100% sure if it did or not, but anyway, just continuing to scrunch, and you can really see the curl clump size there.
All right, I diffused my hair for, get this, 15 minutes, and it was right there at that perfect 90% dry sweet spot that I like to shoot for when I diffuse. And it was looking really good after I diffused. It was stringy, but I feel like for whatever reason, I think it's a really humid day right now, but my hair is really holding on to that moisture. And so because of that, my curl pattern actually stretched out a bit. Some people's curl pattern actually like springs up when there's a lot of moisture in the air. Mine droops and wilts. Anyway, I finished letting my hair air dry for a little while, and now it is 100% dry. The way I test is I stick my hand in like so and close my fingers. So stick it in and close my fingers so I don't disrupt the curls too much. I don't touch my hair too much. And that tells me that it is 100% dry. So I'm ready to scrunch out the crunch. And there is a little tiny cast right on the ends of my hair, but it's not all the way up to my root. So we'll just see if we can soften this up a bit. And I really think this damp styling is kind of fun because it's an experiment in how much water is in your hair determines curl clump size. So y'all are maybe noticing that my hair is looking slightly stringier than it has in the past. Like usually my curl clumps are slightly bigger, and that's because there's more water in my hair when I apply my stylers. So this damp styling is fun, but inherently my curl clumps are going to be a little bit smaller, a little bit stringier, but that's fun too because it almost gives me more texture, almost makes my hair almost curly. Because the weight of the water is not weighing down the curl clumps and stretching them out. So this is fun. It's a different look. Okay, there we go. I have my part flipped, organizing everything. Ooh, that one's a little wonky, but it's kind of cute. All right, so these are the results right after scrunching out the crunch. Let me turn around and show you the back. And I fully expect these results to fall just a little bit. Recently on Curly Instagram, I heard something from Atoya. You should totally go follow her if you are on Instagram. Amazing, amazing hairstylist and lots of really good, informative curly hair content. But she has a looser curl pattern. She doesn't have a super tight curl pattern. And she recently made a video talking about the myth of second day refreshes for wavy hair, that it's okay if your hair is wavy and you can't refresh it to get it to look like day one. It's just kind of an acceptance thing where you have to embrace day two hair looking slightly different than day one hair. And that just blew my mind because that totally fits in with my experience with the Curly Girl method. I can kind of sort of refresh, but if you watched my refresh video, you know that I do a pretty simple refresh and I don't go too crazy with it. I personally prefer to just rewash my hair versus, you know, wetting it down and adding more product. Some people, I feel like, can do that better. I just always knew that that didn't work well for me. For one, my scalp gets so greasy that it just makes more sense for me to rewash my hair than to wet it down and reapply product. So comment down below, if you're a wavy, have you noticed that day two refreshes just are kind of hard? They just kind of don't come together beautifully? Or are you a wavy whose hair looks better on day two than on day one? Do you prefer a more defined look or do you prefer a looser, more voluminous look?
Also, just wanted to jump in real quick right here and show y'all. Do y'all see all those flakes flying around? This was in the car later on day one. Sorry for my fabulous videography skills with my iPhone, but every time I touched my hair, just copious amounts of flakes would come off. So I had never noticed this before, but I wonder if damp styling is kind of what caused the custard to flake so much. All right, and I wanted to do something kind of different for this video. I wanted to show a side by side of day one versus day two. You can see that day two is a bit more stretched out, but it's still good. It's still nice. And also funny how different days and lighting makes my hair color look different.
All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I absolutely loved getting to hang out with y'all today. I hope you are having an absolutely fantastic day, and I will talk to y'all later.